Genshin Impact is a video game developed by a Chinese company called miHoYo. The game was first released on PC on September 13, 2020, and then released on Microsoft Windows, PS4, Android, and iOS on September 28, 2020. The game also has a plan for future release on Nintendo Switch. Genshin Impact was nominated for TGA 2020 Award Best Mobile Game and Best RPG, and the game has been well received by the public since its release and continues to occupy its top spot in the Apple Store and Google Play Store's bestseller list. Many media calls it a commercial success that the game grossed over $2 billion in its first year of release.
Genshin Impact is a 3D action role-playing adventure game set in the fantasy world of Teyvat. Players control the Traveler, a foreigner to Teyvat, who learns about its customs, people, and mysteries in tandem with the player. On the surface, Genshin Impact is a traditional gacha game. However, what makes it different is the thought that was put into combat and strategy. At the center of the game's combat lies 7 elements, representing fire, earth, nature, ice, electricity, wind, and water. Each and every playable character in Genshin Impact has their moveset tied to one of these elements, which in turn can be reacted with the other elements to cause a host of powerful and strategic reactions. In addition to it being useful in combat, the elements are frequently used in puzzles spread throughout the map. The presence of these 7 elements allows the player to experience a wider variety of gameplay experiences, not just in the number of ways to defeat enemies, but used in tandem with the puzzle system allows the player to connect their avatar, actions, and the core gameplay loop to the experience of exploration, motivating players to keep playing.
Core gameplay subversion. When you enter the game world of Genshin Impact, normally you will follow Paimon, who is the little guide of your journey to unlock your first element and begin your wonderful journey in the land of Teyvat. However, some very maverick players will choose not to follow Paimon to unlock the first element. Instead of bypassing it and going straight to the first city-state in the game, Mondstadt. When players do this, they lose the possibility of adventuring in Teyvat as easy as a normal player, because giving up following Paimon prevents players from engaging in narrative missions. At the same time, players can't get new characters or weapons by gacha normally. In this way, the player can only fight and explore using protagonist who has no elemental powers. The creator of this game named it Yuanren, which means ordinary people in Genshin. This kind of gameplay subverted the whole game. It abandoned the dominant element of the game reaction mechanism in favor of the most primitive, the most elementary way to fight and explore. Without Paimon, the player can't guide with wings and can only explore by running and climbing. Also, a lot of the exploration in the game has to do with flying, so choosing this way of playing makes the game much more difficult to play, and also letting the player be more thoughtful and pay more attention to the details and the mechanics of the game. This different game experience will undoubtedly change the player's feeling about the game, making the original simple and relaxing game atmosphere become tense and exciting. But things comes with a price. Choosing this playing method, players lose the chance of exploring the ordinary storyline, which is set by the game designer. However, playing without Paimon can be fun to play for players who are particularly keen on challenging themselves, or even for masochism players. This could be enjoyable. Usually, when players play Genshin Impact, they will expect a comfortable, easy, and varied experience with different characters. Choosing to play without Paimon requires constant innovation in exploration, such as when the game item is flying in the sky. Ordinary players will just open their wings to fly in the sky and get the item, but this is difficult to achieve for no Paimon players. However, the game's rich mechanism can help them to reach this goal. The player can use monsters with animal elements in the game to let them fly without wings. This gameplay provides players a different perspective to play the game, a perspective that is closer to the reality where magic and superpower don't exist. In this way, they are more likely to allow players to bring real selves into the game and immerse themselves into the game.